Code here, and welcome back to another installment of Stories: The Path of Destinies. Now, when we last left off, I think our soul got corrupted.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
So before we start this gameplay, I wanted to apologize for not streaming last Saturday, or maybe the Saturday before that, because I was like super busy those 2 weeks on Saturday. Don't know exactly what I was doing, but just telling you up front that I was busy those last 2 Saturdays. And I'm sorry.
Ah, Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
I'm not doing that. Stop trying to promote my channel in the comments. Bum 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 bum.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
Chapter 1,
wait,
Rabbit Season.
where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled with the Ravens?
I don't even have a face cam. What do you mean I'll turn it on?
I think you!
Burn. Whoa, what is this?
The Ravens had taken the town. Renato had seen
What was
villages empty
that?
like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renato hoped the people were just hiding.
I'm not even gonna question what just happened. That was pretty lit though.
Renato looked around the empty village and reflected. The Sky Ripper had turned out to be far too dangerous to be used. Time to turn to what he knew best.
Can I craft anything? Yes, I can. I need more fire essence.
This sword from the frigid north was really useful for making popsicles. And birdsicles.
Popsicle and birdicles. Oh, I got this.
hoped his hook didn't break.
Open sesame. Ooh, attack speed. I'm gonna click that.
Sometimes, Renato really hated inanimate objects.
Oh, that's what that was. Stunning dash, hook shot damage. How about true sorcery? I can go down there. Not before I open this chest. Whee! I feel like Morpheus from the Matrix. Oh wait, that would be Neo. Damn it. That's like that.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Hello, Lupino.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The Ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
We are not gonna get that Sky Ripper.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school. And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. But she'd never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lupino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
Thinking of skipping all these narrative cutscenes, but nah. Dun, dun, dun,
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators.
Chapter 2.
Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Hero sword. Or as DH Tax would call it, Cloud Sword. Still triggering.
Oh, you got such delicious looking eyeballs.
Time for some nice cold
I
herbsicles.
think, said Ronaldo. It never hurt to be polite. Renato wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really, really long tentacles.
I mean, why do you wonder that, though? Like, who knows? Maybe they just somehow magically appeared here. For a good reason, too. Let's upgrade this. More magic. Storm recovery. Recover from being hit almost instantly. An attacker is knocked down.
This was way better than being able to shrink down to the size of an ant. What was that all about, anyway?
Wait, was it making a reference to the Avengers? Bye. Anyone else? Nope.
His mother had never let him wave his sword around at home. He guessed he was still compensating for that.
To the wrong spot. Energy on kill. Oh, wait a second. Too bad. Never mind.
Hey, a workbench! He could try out his new bling.
Killing an enemy gives you 3% stun feedback. Need more ore for that.
Why was Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap.
There goes.
But you never knew how Lupino thought.
Dead.
Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino
Great,
wanted.
now I gotta go in the sewers.
Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Renato
Hopefully we'll
thought.
see none of them down here.
When Renato went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Yes. Not what I needed, but still. Well, that was easy.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Go for Lupino's goose, net, fire, tilt, watermelon plan? We have no time for these games. We're not playing your games.
Go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino.
Don't be salty, you traitorous bastard. Do we have enough?
please.
This was somewhat more worth it. Oh geez, that was bad. Death comes to all.
Haven't you heard? Goth is over.
Nope. Imperfect, but at least I ain't dead. For once.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards?
That ship
Finally,
looks so small.
he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the
Okay, don't be a
shoulder with his
rapist
sword.
now.
She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy. Renato said, did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus. Scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his victims.
Chapter 3. Proof.
Well, he's not exactly alive, but it can talk, and it can't lie. You took a big risk. You know, I could just cast a spell to make you tell me where the rebel base is. And you wouldn't consider that cheating? She frowned. Ugh, fine. Let's go get your witness. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up.
The real question is that
Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book.
Like why don't
He'd
they
slept in a
follow me
burnt
as I
village.
like walk through this?
Dead
Like help
kittens
me
and puppies
kill
had come to
people.
tell him what the Emperor
I
had
don't
done
need
to
the
them.
only murderer here. Well, I guess that implemented in game.
Say hi to Gravity for me.
More ore, avoid essence.
Snack time, boys! Scored the lead, Raven.
Okay, that thing died. I was working backwards.
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles. caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why? Would you want to join in? Oh, no, I'd destroy his books and... All right, I suppose I wouldn't. She stopped, troubled. He ran on. Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails. Renato had been searching for a way to save the rebellion. Lepina wanted to capture and interrogate Zenobia. But if he could show her proof of her father's madness, maybe she would join the rebellion. These were no ordinary cannonballs. For one thing, ordinary cannonballs were black.
Enough void essence. I need more Skyward.
He was practically sure he'd find something useful in one of these things.
Oh, this place is destroyed.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared around, shocked. The scientists had been neutral. They had no part in the rebellion. "Take me to your council," she said, shaken. "I have things to tell them." It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there?
We're not gonna risk it.
Renato reached Lepino by Farspeaker Toad.
No, we should take her to the base.
Insisted Lepino. "No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast," said Renato.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lepino said. For some reason, Renato wasn't sure that was a good idea. "Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take."
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
Said Lepino.
Why does he always have to be so salty?
Zenobia was still shaking as they got out. "I didn't know," she said. "The Ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies. Sometimes
That's
he'd come back to the
fucked up.
palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. I was so busy. I'll clear a path for us, Renato told Zenobia, so the Ravens don't see you.
I'm running heavily.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he?
Terrible. More energy, but no health.
Good thing Renato didn't have vertigo.
I have no clue what vertigo is. I feel dumb. How the... How? How? Well, game's broken. I don't even I don't even know. Well, never doing that again, I guess. And we came so far too. How would I be able to kill myself in this? Do I really have to exit to the main menu? Are you serious? This has got to be the worst thing I've ever done in this game. Oh, well, I'm stuck. So I gotta exit the main menu. This is bullshit. Please tell me they at least continued where I was. Oh my god. That was just fucking awful.
Zenobia was still
Oh, I can skip this, finally. Okay. Can I heal? No, I cannot.
Once you try it, you're hooked.
Try the last one. Let's not go there. Bye. So remember to not throw opponents. Because if you do, you're fucked.
Hey, do old ravens go grey? You know what? Don't worry about it.
Did he just try to blast me?
Zenobia came up as he massaged his sore arm. Her eyes were wet. He's been saying strange things. He asked me to do experiments. And some were wrong. They are
Quote unquote
banished,
wrong.
right? Said Renato. Gone forever. I mean, he couldn't actually bring the old gods back, could he? She didn't answer him. That frightened him more than anything. There was an engraving. Maximum capacity, 130 people.
I mean, I don't think so. Well, this one's faster than the others.
Those flames really bring out your eyes. What's over here? Oh, a chest. Wait, can I go to? Aha, smart. That is a very cool sword, thought Lara. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Wait, where does this one take me? Ooh, it's cool. Dear Zenobia. Nope, not reading that. Dear Zenobia, do you remember that expedition I have sent to the depths beneath the islands? They have returned. Well, 3 ships have returned out of the 8 I sent. Of course, I mourn the losses, but the knowledge the survivors brought back is invaluable. So I can just like pause it and read it. With love, Father. So So does that mean that the Emperor sent that message, or did her actual father send that message? What?
Bye-bye, life, he thought. Hello, emptiness.
Well then. First, gotta stop that. Now let me heal. Huh, they didn't attack me this time. Lucky me. Into chest. Not to get confused with 2 Chains.
Could really give you an edge. The wrong, well, it still looked pretty, didn't it? Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicion.
And upgrades. More stamina.
They came up on an empty shack. He gestured her in. "Where's the base?" she asked, confused. "I thought we could talk a bit first." "Oh, you think I'm playing you?" She was furious. "I'm betraying my father who picked me out of an alley, and you think I'm playing you?" She lashed out. Her claws sliced fire into his face. Energy boiled in her other paw. But before she could kill him, he slashed his sword into her heart. She staggered. "I could have loved you, you son of a bitch." And then she died. Renato stood there for hours, unable to move. Finally, a ship landed near him. Lapino had brought the Farfarer. On board the Farfarer, Lapino couldn't stop grinning. "I can't believe you actually killed her. Why didn't I trust her?" Renato said. All he could feel was emptiness.
Damn.
"You killed the Emperor's daughter. You might want to run for it, if you care whether you live or die, that is." Since Renato didn't, he grabbed the wheel, and he sailed for the Imperial fleet. Renato had never felt worse. Zenobia had listened. He had trusted him. She had opened her eyes to her father's evil. Done everything he had hoped for. He had taken her to a dirty shack. Was he so used to lying that he couldn't trust even the girl he had always loved?
Is there anything over here? Nope.
Ooh. The portal led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense. The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
Okay then. What the? I'm stuck. I wasn't supposed to get hit there.
What were these poles exactly?
Okay, my game's
Are they
broken.
dated from the time of the Lost Gods?
Where's this man's face at? It's time to use the hero sword again.
Trust the Raven further than you could throw her. He could see the rebels reeling back as he plunged into the ranks of the Ravens. He'd had to kill the girl he loved, but he'd also blown the biggest opportunity they could have had to turn the Emperor's daughter against him. Oh, Bernardo could only laugh miserably. He was taking crazy chances now, swinging wildly. He expected the Ravens to take him at any moment, but they were running in fear. No one wants to fight a man who doesn't care if he lives. No one wants to fight a hero.
It's so sad if you think about it.
With materials like this, he could probably make a really nice pair of barbecue tongs. Or even a sword.
I mean, how can you think of barbecue when it comes to this? Kill Man just killed his future, probably girlfriend. He's sad about this, and then out of nowhere, barbecue tongs. What? I can't make that.
Soon he'd confront the Emperor. Funny that this whole war had come about because the Emperor feared death. And now it was coming for him. There was some sort of lesson there, wasn't there?
Maybe. Burn, fucker, burn. The only sad part of this game is there are really no boss battles. Sucks.
He was exhausted. Could barely think. He wanted to stop thinking. The rebels were already finished. He was the last.
That was a Sly
Ravens were
Cooper
coming for him
reference.
personally now, in waves. It didn't matter. He was slick with his own blood, but it didn't matter. In the distance, he could see her, embraced by a halo of light, holding her hand out to him. Had she forgiven him? Would she take him to the halls of the Valiant? Then he felt steel in his belly, and his chest, and his back. and he lay down, and he couldn't see her anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
Damn it. He lost again, and died. But there was Burning Ubar behind him. He still had all his destinies ahead of him. But he'd learned another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
Well, do we know enough yet?
He knew enough now, he thought. All these truths tumbling around each other in his head. There must be a way to puzzle the pieces together. If he used everything he knew, he could discover a new path to destiny. The book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Well, Codebreakers, I'm gonna have to end the video here. But we do know all 4 truths now, and we could probably finish this game in the next live stream with DHTech 24/7 at my side next Saturday. Now, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and goodbye, and good luck.